There's some down there, and then some there, and then some that go back there. And I'm also using Laura's capo. So I'll take this moment to say thanks, Laura, for putting on these gigs. You're a star, and lending me your capo, because mine's a bit crap. The advice is to get good equipment and change your strings sometimes. It really helps. Well, don't be poor. If I wasn't poor, I'd change my strings every week, and I'd have a good capo, and probably some new clothes. And equipment that I've used before I got on stage. So anyway, the story that goes with this song, it's another cover. And when I was growing up, there's lots of pictures from Australian history that sort of play in your mind, and this was one that was always there in my back of my head from all the textbooks, and it was of a black fella and a white fella out in the Central Australia, and the white fella's pouring a handful of red sand from Central Australia through the black fella's hands. They're both in suits, and one of those men is Gough Whitlam, who I don't know if you know much about modern Australian history, but he's one of the best prime ministers we've ever had. And so that was the first step in land rights for Aboriginal people, the first step towards reconciliation, I guess. Yeah, it deserves that. And so this song, it's called From Little Things Big Things Grow. And the reason I decided to sing this song is, and I don't do it justice of Paul Kelly and Kev Carmody who did it originally, but because recently, I'm sure you've all heard that the newly elected Labor government in Australia said sorry to the Aboriginal people. It's a long time coming, and there's been lots of argument and debate. Is this a good thing? Is it pointless? Is it whatever? Is it going to make any difference? And I guess how I want to look at it from my white Australian background, which is probably misguided, but is that from little things, big things grow, and maybe this can be the next step towards reconciliation, and for Australia to move forward as a nation. Yeah. Maybe get rid of the Queen. No offence. What I'd like you to do, right, when they perform it, they perform it with harmonicas and banjos and mandolins and loads of other people singing. So me with a guitar, playing a guitar badly, and singing is pretty piss weak. So what I'd like to teach you is the chorus. It's not hard, and then you can sing along with me, and I'll feel like so the words are from little things, big things grow. Do you think you can remember those? If you remember the symbol from little things, big things. I'm a dick. And so it sort of goes from little things, big things grow. From little things, big things grow. Do you think you can do that? Do you want to practice? Are you going to sing along? I'm going to go, all right, everybody, and then I'm going to be met with silence. Just go back to Beckles. All right, do you wing? You don't want to practice? You want to wing it? All right.
Yeah, wing it.
You wing it? All right. I'm going to be Asian today, read backwards. When I say Asian, I mean like Chinese Asian. They read from right to left. I don't do that today because it works better. Music. Shut up, Luke, I can hear you. Gather around, people, let me tell you a story, an age-long story of power and pride. British Lord Vesti and Vincent Rigari were opposite men on opposite sides. Vesti was fat with money and muscle. Beef was his business, and broad was his door. Vincent was lean and spoke very little. He had no bank balance, like dirt was his floor. From little things, big things grow. From little things, big things grow. Around you were working for nothing but rations. The ones they had gathered, the wealth of the land. Daily the pressure got tighter and tighter. Around you decided they must make a stand. They picked up their swags and started off walking at Wattle Creek. They sat themselves down. Now it don't sound like much, but it sure got tongues talking.